Hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Derek. Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week here on the Den. This week, we're going to talk about moments in drag herstory. I wish that's what we were talking about, but we're not. I know, right? Sad tongue pop. Although we're going to talk about something really important.
So what we're doing is now this week is going to be viewer choice. So you submit a topic, and we are going to discuss various topics that were sent to us. This one was sent by PDD. Do we know who PDD is?
PDD.
Peter Don Donington?
I don't know.
Peter Don. I'm out of names. P. Diddy. P. Diddy sent us a suggestion. Tell us a time that you have been verbally abused or discriminated in public by a stranger.
Alright, so Derek's got some stories here, so you go ahead and start, Derek.
Look at our tones of skin. Clearly, I am a lot darker than Greg. Since 9/11, there's been countless times that I've had people screaming cheeky war cries at me, screaming racial slurs at me. It's kind of like, it hurt me a lot at first, but now I'm just like, whatever, fuck you, you're an asshole. And just kind of go on with the rest of my day. There are a few times where it does really get to me. Mail-on weekend. I was getting on a bus, I was going to head downtown to the gym, and I get on the bus, and immediately I see someone scowling at me and just flips me the bird. I was like, whatever, I don't know you, you're, okay, whatever. You're just having a bad day. I kind of just sit pretty far away from him, just so not paying any attention to him. And then people start coming on the bus, and I remember there was an Asian who came on the bus, and he started screaming Chinaman at him. And said, "What God do you believe in? It better be the right one." And I was like, whoa, okay, this guy's a little crazy. These two black guys get on the bus. He starts getting into it with them. I was like, oh, okay, great, just waiting for my turn. And then I hear, "Hey you, Arab man. I'm like, whoa. What the fuck? Okay, at this moment, I'm still ignoring him, and it's just like... And then he kept calling me soldier. It's like, hey, soldier, you were a child soldier, weren't you? I'm like, oh, God, stop this. You're being crazy. And it starts doing the war cry again. And at this point, on the bus, I'm just like, okay, what do I do? I decided, okay, I can get downtown if I get off here and go on another stop. Then that's when someone else stepped in and decided that they were going to confront him, and that's when I made my move and I got off the bus. And some other people got off the bus with me and stayed with me, as they saw what was happening as well. We were reported to the bus depot, just let them know what happened. It was like, okay, we'll get back to you if we hear anything else. That's it. Went off my way, stopped somewhere to collect my thoughts, made my way downtown, and angrily made my way through the workout. It really just it was a lot to take in, because it's just weird that this is still happening in this day and age. And being in Canada, being in Nova Scotia, where everything is very so welcoming here. Like, we have the Bhangra dancers, who are a celebration across Canada right now. We have the biggest Pride Festival east of Montreal, and there's so much that Halifax is so proud of. It was just so shocking that this is still happening, and this was just a couple of months ago. What do you think?
I mean, no matter how far we come, there's always going to be some people that are going to be dicks.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's never going to 100% change. As much as we want things to change, you're never going to get 100% because of how people are brought up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the bottom line. I mean, realistically, what else could you have done? You could have stood up, you could have fought with them on the bus, but realistically, you probably would have been putting yourself in danger. So you probably handled the situation as good as you possibly could have.
Yeah. And I was really happy to have people just come up the bus and say, hey, that was fucked up. Like, are you okay? And they just stayed with me until I was ready to go.
Right.
And they called 311 for me, made our complaint. And he was arrested later that day for other things. Mm-hmm. Unrelated, but karma's a bitch.
Cool. All right. And so one incident that I can think of that involved me, actually involved both of us, is we used to be regulars at one of our local bars. We used to go to karaoke every week. And we were locals at this straight bar. Never really had too much of an issue.
In fact, they loved us.
And yeah, the bartenders, at least to our face, seemed to really like us. I think we had good rapport with everybody. But one night we went, and we were just there as per normal. And so Derek at this time, this is when Derek was still a smoker. Derek was heading outside to go have a smoke, and he overheard a bouncer say something.
Fuck that guy. Him and his boyfriend are really sucking each other's dicks on the dance floor. Fuck them faggots. I would like to have him kicked out just for being gay.
Yep. So Derek knew right away, obviously he was talking about us. So he didn't tell me this right away. So he went out, had his smoke, come back in. And then we went back to our normal business. Now, keep in mind, when me and Derek are out, especially at straight bars, we're not
sucking each other's dicks on the dance floor.
We're not making out on the dance floor. We're not making out in the booth. Even though straight people do it all the time at this particular bar. This bar is actually infamous for that. We weren't making out. Maybe the occasional pack. This was I think 3 years into our relationship.
Yeah.
There wasn't big public displays of affection. And even if there was, what the hell's the big deal? But
yeah.
Granted, that wasn't the case here. So Derek filed a complaint before we left the bar that night. Then he told me what had happened. He didn't tell me right away. He didn't tell. So after we left,
because you also lost your phone that night, and you were kind of really upset. So.
Yes. Oh, that was the night I lost my phone. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
So I had lost my phone on top of everything else. So he didn't tell me about this that night. So he told me when we got home. As you can imagine, I was already pissed off because I lost my phone, and then on top of that, this happened. So anyway, the bar did find my phone the next day. And Derek went back to talk to the manager the next day when he was going to get my phone. And the manager just looked at him and said, "Look, we heard about what happened. Don't worry, it's already taken care of. That person no longer works for us anymore." So the bar took action before we even had to do anything, which was really awesome. I mean, we were like I said, at the time we were regulars, probably we went every week. It
used to be Monday and Tuesday, and we would go every Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. We used to go 2 nights a week to this bar every week. So, so it was well handled by the bar, and fortunately, we didn't have to take too much in the way of action to have anything done.
Yeah.
So it's like Derek said. I mean, unfortunately, there's hate. It's still out there in the world. As far as we come, there's still a long way to go. We just got to remember the victories that we have had, because there's lots of them out there. As for those people that still spew the hate, realistically, all we can do is stand up to them. And if you're in a group and you see somebody getting targeted, one person isn't going to win against a group of people. So, if a group of people stands up to that hater, then, and keeps that person safe, then that's probably the best way to handle things like this in this situation.
Yeah.
Because much like Derek's situation on the bus, if you're one person and you're being intimidated, yes, it makes sense to stand up, and on the same token, you don't know, this person was clearly unstable, may have had a weapon on him. So you really don't know. Whereas if a group of people stand up, then it's definitely safety in numbers. What else would you say, Derek?
Just if you see it happening, just be the better person and comfort that person who's being attacked.
Absolutely.
Don't come for the attacker. Come help the person who is being attacked. So see it on New York subways and whatnot. What they're recommending people do is, if they see Muslim women being targeted, to sit with them and talk with them, and get them to ignore the attacker.
True.
And that's one big thing that's been doing. Even in Toronto right now, they're doing a whole buddy system with the whole missing persons thing.
Right.
And that's another group of people being targeted. It's all kind of crazy what's happening.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, that about covers it for this week. All right, tune in the rest of the week to see what everyone else picks for their viewer request week.
They're not all this intense, I swear.
No. Also, make sure you tune in for those of you who have been waiting for the audition information. Tune in to tomorrow's video. Tomorrow will be the official announcement of all the details you need to know if you are wanting to be the next Envoy. So tune in tomorrow's video to find that information. All right, as always, like, share, subscribe, and join the discussion.